Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Tech Medic. I hope you had a good holiday season, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at an early access title called Return from the Core. So Return from the Core is a short story that you're going to experience through a number of different events. You're going to get a quest journal with a bunch of different things that are going to either promote your relationship with your partners that you have, which are in the form of monster girls. These monster girls are kind of genetic mutations that the human race was trying to perform on themselves to elongate life, as well as make them more, susceptible to whatever pressures are on the surface world. So that's why you kind of undertake this character here. His name is Will. And Will's task is to go ahead and kind of unlock technologies that have been long and forgotten. And in that, you're going to be doing that through the means of meeting different characters, his brother, a couple of other notable characters that'll kind of be in the beginning of the game that'll teach you some of the things that you need to know in terms of automation from some of the machines that you see down here, as well as some more advanced technologies that will help you out. There are a number of different ore types and level types in this game, so the initial map that you start on will be core level 1 up to level 4 from what I've gathered from the story. And in that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the kind of inventory and what you can expect here. So you have kind of your, craft your basics basically here. You can craft bombs from, raw sulfur ore. You can refine that ore to create different bombs in general. You can also build a base anywhere on any level of any biome that you want, so that you can set up an outpost so that you can drop off items when you're exploring. When we go ahead and take a look at the map here, you can see that it is set in a specific tile set. Everything is procedurally generated the way that however you start your map. So everything's going to look different, feel different from playthrough to playthrough. However, this game, just like any other crafting dungeon runner that you're kind of going through, like CoreKeeper or, some of the bits and pieces from Stardew Valley will bleed into this game, which will allow you to go ahead and kind of get some, background on what you're trying to do. There is no monster ranching in this game, but there is a lot of farming to be done. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You're going to run across some of these little tunnels here too. These are like little dungeons that you can clear out to get a loot cache, as well as run into NPCs that'll spawn within your worlds that'll sell you valuable items like these bombs that I should pick up right here. There are two types of currency in the game. There is the coin currency and there is ruby currency. Ruby currency is used to buy special items from companions. And you can set up automated rigs like this so that you can extract or sell it directly to the traders that you find around your map. And that'll kind of get you going in terms of the economy there. But eventually you're going to unlock the elevator itself, and it didn't kind of spawn right here, but you can see that here's the elevator. And we have the option to go to level 1 or level 2. There's also a resource that this elevator takes in order to get you to different levels. But there is one that you're going to unlock called the cabin, and this is kind of your mobile base. This is kind of where everything happens. You can invite your companions through this station here, and if I go inside of her room and talk to this, I can see that, I can invite both of them, depending on where the room itself is, into the environment. They do have their different needs, their different presents that they require in order to max out their reputation. When you max out their reputation, you're able to go ahead and get them to sell you items that you'll need, like potions, pickaxes, and the like. And inside of our base, we're able to go ahead and retrieve water and create farming areas for ourselves. But for the sake of kind of showing you what the crafting situation looks like, this is a crafter. You've got a lot of different stations here. You have your furniture station, which you can create from schematics that you find in the world. Schematics are very important, so whenever you see some shiny object off in the abyss, it's incentivized to dig your way to it to unlock different crafting recipes. Or sometimes you're going to come across a pack of monsters that will be hovering around a chest itself, and you're incentivized to go ahead and clear that out because you can get gear pieces, you can get pickaxe schematics, just like some of the ones that I have here. I found these out in the world, as well as craftable gear for your character as well. Some of these pickaxes are able to be upgraded, and if you're asking about the weaponry, everything is done through the pickaxe, so each pickaxe is unique. This one will kind of turn you into a whirlwind barbarian, while this one will pierce through all enemy targets. This one will go ahead and add a poison, while this one will turn you into kind of like a dart that will fly forward. And this one will shatter into many different pieces in order to go ahead and create kind of that mass chaos, as well as vine picks. Now, when doing combat, you can press your left mouse button and do a regular attack, or you can press your right mouse button and toss the pickaxe, which is usually activating the special ability on each one of these pickaxes. You can also hit the pickaxe so that it can continually go in the direction. This is very useful for some of the pickaxes that you get. Not only that, you also have an assortment of bombs that do different types of damage, that have different types of crafting requirements. As well as buying them from the vendors themselves. You can go ahead and do that. So like I said, you know, we have schematics here. Once a schematic is learned, you can go ahead and craft that at whatever corresponding machine is there. Eventually you're going to unlock electrical components, and the mechanics behind that is a little cumbersome. I'll admit I had trouble kind of like figuring out, okay, what do I do here in this quest? What is this guy requesting of me? But yeah, you kind of set yourself up in order to go ahead and unlock a lot of this technology so that you can automatically have this stuff being processed for you versus manually hammering everything out piece by piece. A lot of the items in this game for a lot of this technology is activated through the quest system itself, and as well as the ability to go ahead and unlock some recipes that you're going to eventually go ahead and learn. So you have a recipe book here. I did kind of experiment with some items, but it seems like until you find the actual piece of food, the recipe is not unlocked until that point. So a lot of these things do like regeneration, attack damage bonus, excavation bonus, and just kind of boost your critical. You also have kind of junk items that you can sell to the vendors themselves. And in going into, you know, health regeneration itself, you're able to create a tile called the onsen floor, which is kind of like a natural hot springs you can go ahead and set up. This will go ahead and create the ability to go ahead and regenerate some health, as well as a bonfire itself. So pairing these up is probably my, you know, number one tip, because early on in the game you're not going to have the money to buy these potions. I think they're like 1,200 coins a piece, and from what you get from the monsters themselves, it's just not enough. It's not feasible until you actually unlock some pieces to get ore and to kind of do that. But encompassed in this whole game itself, it sounds pretty solid. You know, there's a town that I have yet to go to, and I've been playing this game for quite a bit right now. And you know, I think it's been about 3 days that I've been playing this game to get to this point where I'm actually, you know, utilizing some of the technology here. But then again, you know, I like to wander off and go into the caves, you know, find all these different things. But for now, you know, this is a lot more stable and a lot more polished than a game like from Below the Stone. So the developers themselves, they're keeping up to date with you know, hot fixes, and they're taking you know, suggestions and applying them, you know, to kind of like make the game more balanced, to make it a lot more playable. I really do like the artistic feel behind this game. It's a lot, you know, it kind of gives you that atmosphere of like, all right, you know, we're in here, we're doing all the things that we need to do. The monster types are a lot, and they're, you know, all over the place, from gigantic monsters and sandworms to rats and different variants of treants that will, you know, be able to be found inside of the game, as well as slimes and all kinds of other critters that you can go ahead and farm for either seeds, foods, or raw materials themselves to be processed. So there's a lot that's coming down the line. They do have a roadmap that's available so that you can go ahead and take a look at it. My suggestion for this is just to follow the quest system. It'll lead you to a lot of the technologies that you're going to be able to unlock, because I know early game it's going to be really tough to go ahead and kind of rely on a pickaxe that does minimal damage to eventually get to the point where you're crafting your spiral picks and your regular splitting picks in order to go ahead and kind of you know, be sustainable in combat. But all in all, this is a pretty solid game. I'd recommend it to you guys, especially if you like CoreKeeper, especially if you're playing games like Necesse and Stardew Valley. This is right up your alley there, especially with the companion system, which you're able to go ahead and give them presents based off on their, you know, different likes. By doing so, turns them into a vendor. At some point, they're gonna kind of implement the ability for them to work for you so that they can do the plant harvesting or mining of materials and the like. So it's incentivized to go ahead and grind out that reputation and kind of unlock more goods inside of their store itself. So that's been my early access review so far of this game. I'm really enjoying it, and especially this mobile base that I can take to any core level and kind of just, you know, run back here. There is a fast travel method that I forgot to mention, which is this drill. Wherever you're at on the map, you can utilize that like a teleport in Necesse to bring you back to your base, which is very useful, as well as mine carts and all that stuff that you can set up. The one thing that I would take from this game and suggest it to the developers is to actually create beyond the story built pre-made zones, is the ability to have a map that's maybe, you know, 10 times larger than this, so that you can have the ability to kind of place more tech tree points and have a lot more. I mean, the expansion is there, the systems are built there, and I just see this game, like many other games, CoreKeeper, you know, evolve over time and actually become really solid games to go ahead and keep an eye out for. But yeah, again, this game is called, you know, Return from the Core, available on Steam. It just came out early access this month. Check it out. And that's it for this. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you guys, and please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you all in the next one.